Hello everyone, and welcome back to Space Food Truck. Let's continue right where we left off, shall we? As you can see, this is a new session. I've slept well, I have a cat in my lap, and I have water right here in case my throat gets too dry. So we should be in for a rousing good time. Oh, and I just disturbed the cat by taking the cap off the water bottle. Apparently that was not okay, in fact. Alright. This is a good turn for the chef, I'll give that. Crisis, off the deep end. A depressed diploma bot is tired of talk, and it's wreaking havoc in the lab. The captain and the scientist have 12 turns to get there, or the ship takes 2 damage. Alright. Well, let's see. 23 cards in our draw pile. 0 in our discard, maybe? Yep, 0. Okay. Let's start with X-ray Burnalizer. Might as well. And I like everything there. I'm going to draw the Aegis battery and the Unimas remote if I use the Power Glove, and that is fine. Alright, don't need the Aegis battery. Don't need the Unimas remote. For the chef, at least. Let's see how everyone else is doing. Mimic cubes, 2 mimic cubes for the scientist. A wrench and a duct tape for the engineer, not bad at all. And we do have a way to move on the captain as well. So it would probably make the most sense to Unimas remote the scientist a couple times and see if he can get a research card. Alright, and we'll flip the flux inverter just to get some extra money. Can't claw anything out because our discard is empty. And we can't cook anything. Nope, can't cook anything. There we go. Let's go to the next phase. And we could just grab another diploma bot, or we could get the other mammon eggs, and I think that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully we'll be able to cook some of that stuff pretty quickly. We still need the 2 last artificial ingredients from the scientist lab. We will try to grab those shortly. Crisis, flying blind. After a close call with a comet, our front window is completely caked over with frosty space dust. The scientist and the engineer have 12 turns to reach the bridge and clear it off. We did not, in fact, get a research card, so we will mimic cube something that will help us draw, like a Power Glove. And see if we can draw one. Well, so far, no. Wow, look at that Iconium, though. 7 power on it. We'll try again. Mimic cube, that Power Glove. There it is. I got it. Research. Now, I only drew 1 card there because my hand was full, so I'm really lucky that that was the research card. And we will put all of this power in. 20 power research turn. That's insane. It's just, that's maybe the strongest research turn I've ever seen in this game. Probably is. Let's go ahead and grab our artificial ingredients. We will need those, so we might as well take them. There we go. And wow, that only gives us 5 points left. So we could take a breakthrough, or we could take a fast track. I'm really done unlocking things now. I don't really care to have the other discard dive that much, although I probably will grab it if I have this chance. I definitely don't care about having the backtracks, which play with 3 power to return to any previously visited planet. Probably won't ever use those. The captain's orders are essentially useless at this point in the game because we have so many diploma bots and they're on the chef, who cycles his hand so quickly. And we don't need the Nutripill for any of our recipes. So I'm definitely not unlocking anything more for the captain. And I don't really... And if I'm not going to unlock anything more, I don't need anything for the scientist. Which just leaves the discard die, which I can't afford this turn. So, let's just take a breakthrough, and we'll be quite happy with that. Awesome turn, though. Let's see, and get a little bit more silk. Sure. Even with all those cards, I can barely afford it. Good turn from the engineer coming up. Do we need to repair anything? Sweat pours down the engineer's enormous forehead. Cut the red wire or the blue one. Discard 4 power to choose wisely, or the ship takes 3 damage. In this case, 3 damage is less than 4 power will fix, so I'll go ahead and take the damage. Okay, that gives us something to repair. Awesome. And we'll just put all of our power into the wrench. I don't think we're even going to need the duct tape. Nope. Poor duct tape. So lonely. And get a little bit of silk there. And we should be able to deliver our second recipe on this turn. Very exciting. No ability to repair next turn, so I'm a little worried about that. But we'll see how it goes when we get there. Asteroid. In its awesome presence, everybody shakes. The ship takes 2 damage. Alright. Let's X-ray Burnalize. Ooh, 2 overdrives and engage. Those are both nice. Let's get rid of that Taste of the Future. Don't need that. And I am not going to use any of my draw cards this turn. Because I'll just end up drawing more ability to move. Well, actually, an overdrive might be helpful. One second. We'll reconsider that. We'll reconsider that in a second. Let's engage first. And go deliver our recipe. The reason I say I'm going to reconsider it is because we are stuck in this back end of the galaxy, and we do need to get out of it. And an overdrive would be perfect for that. A crowd pleaser. Our roast gilly is a hit on Sphinx, and today is starting to look like a record breaker for the Galaxy Gourmet. We're all feeling pretty invincible, so we decide to try a recipe we've never been able to finish. If we can pull it off, we're positive that our Excelsior will make a killing on Piglet. Very nice. And skunked. The FTL drive smells funny. Discard 1 power to run a filtration cycle, or we'll have to dump the rest of our charge. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and dump the rest of our charge. That is fine. Because I think I am, in fact, going to draw an overdrive and try to get out of this area. Grab some claws. Do we need the turnip? We only have 1. I'll go ahead and take 1 just in case. And we will draw 2 cards. Yes. Okay, and let's overdrive. Let's get out of here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We can go 1 more to Serendipity. Might as well. And that very nicely puts us back out into the galaxy. And we can make our way to our 3rd delivery station. And hopefully, by the time we get there, we will have completed our 3rd recipe. That would be ideal. I'm not going to say that I think we're going to do it because you never know. Again, this game can go from doing very, very well to doing very, very poorly in the blink of an eye if you make a mistake or if you aren't properly prepared for some of the events you can run into. But we're going to make sure that that doesn't happen. Hopefully. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. Okay. Making our way through all these planets we've already been to. And there's Serendipity. He knows where to find our rare ingredient. We already have it. Thank you very much, Captain, but no need. I'll go ahead and dock again. But actually, I like the stuff I have in my inventory better than what's on offer. So we're going to keep what's in our Zapmart. And we have 1 draw left. It is a movement card, so I'm going to let us draw that next turn. And I'll just overdrive here to fill our FTL, but I'm not going to go anywhere. And there we go. Okay, next. Oh, I should Uno must promote someone, though. That is a obvious thing that I should be doing. And we should give it to the engineer because he has no way to repair this turn, and we don't know if he'll need to or not. Not yet, we don't. Okay, what do we want for the captain? Great cards. Like, just an awesome pool of cards in our Zapmar right now. I'll take the Claw of Duty. That's nice for her. Captain only has 21 cards in her deck. Not bad at all. Another asteroid, 2 damage again. I'm getting a little worried about those shields. We'll have to watch that. Ironically, the chef actually has a lot more cards than the captain does, but he can cycle through them so fast it hasn't really mattered. We should definitely use a Diploma Bot to get rid of one of these crises. So let's start with that, shall we? Resolved. Slippery Slope. The engineering captain roll up their sleeves and degrease the workshop floor, preventing any traumatic accidents from damaging the ship. Very nice. Let's claw and see what we can grab out of our discard. No Diploma Bot, which I would have liked. The secret sauce is in there, and I'll try to cook that if I get the chance. The Aegis battery could be good, but I think I'd rather just draw. So we're going to grab the Power Glove. Another Power Glove. We will draw the Power Glove, or play the Power Glove again. And another Power Glove. Ooh, another Diploma Bot. Very nice. Let's solve another crisis. How about this one? Resolved. Off the deep end. The depressed Diploma Bot in the lab gets the help it so desperately needed. The captain and the scientist digitally lobotomize it, preventing any damage to the ship. Okay, let's flambe something. Find someone in someone's hand that they do not want. How about a leftovers? That seems reasonable. Ah, he drew a wrench. Nice. Okay, so the engineer can now fix things. Free sample. Let's see if there's an ingredient we want that someone has. No. No, there is not. Okay. No ingredients, so we'll just steal leftovers from the engineer again. Might as well. Hey, you got an Iconium. Nice. It's a good Iconium, too. 5 power on it right now. And taste test. Exchangeatron and a discard dive. Now, in this case, the discard dive is definitely what I want. So we'll take that, because last turn I unlocked a bunch of ingredients from in the workstations, and they went into those players' discards. So hopefully I can cook a bunch this turn. I'm gonna grab something out of here that just has a lot of power on it, like the flux inverter. There we go. Nice. And I'm tempted to... Yeah, okay, let's just cook then. So, 4 power, 6 power. I can cook 3 ingredients. And I think we're gonna have more options than that to cook. Yeah, so there's 2 in the chef's pool just on its own, but I'll save those if I can, because you can also get those with cook cards. Let's cook stuff that will be harder to get to. There's Soylent Pink. We should grab that while we have the chance. The captain has reshuffled, unfortunately, so her ingredient is not in her discard anymore, so we can't cook that. And there's nothing in the scientist, so I guess we will cook the rest of that the chef has. Salmon eggs, okay. And a... Oh, I'm out of cook points. I didn't realize that. That's too bad. Okay. Very unfortunate. I thought I had 1 more cook left, but we got 2 ingredients in. 4 to go, not too bad. The only one that the chef himself does not have, actually, no, the chef has all of them. I thought the chef didn't have the one of the ingredients, but he actually has all 4. So, hopefully, we'll be able to get on that very soon. And I think we're just going to rush for the delivery point of the third recipe. Because we shouldn't have a problem getting the recipe done by the time we get there, theoretically. We'll see. Door is broken, no problem. Let's go ahead and Unimas remote... You know what? Let's Unimas remote the captain. Or the chef, I should say. The captain has 4 movement cards in her hand. That's ridiculous and terrible, by the way. It's terrible as well. That means we're probably not going to be able to move a lot after this turn, which is not great. Not real thrilled about that. I'll take the other breakthrough. Sure, why not? And buy a claw. Okay, we do have a really good repair turn this time. Space junk. Some junk slams into our hull for 1 damage and busted our life support. That's great timing, because we can fix that very easily. 18 power worth of repair. A little bit of overkill, to say the least. But, yeah, nice to have turns like that. That turn we had research for 20 points, then we had a repair for 18 points. Like, all of this is nice. All of this is very nice. Okay, Claw of Duty, but there's no Athena's discard, so we can't use that to grab a repair card. Fortunate. Door busted. Okay, no problem. Let's extra burnalize something. And yeah, let's just get rid of this silk. We don't need that in the captain's deck. And we'll engage since we have full FTL. No reason to use an overdrive. Not that it would be a waste, but there's just no reason to. Technically stealing we don't need. Mark 1 off would be fine. We don't have a lot of power in our hands, so we don't want to go too ham here. If we run into a terrible event, we will not have a way of dodging it. So I'm just going to go for 2 planets. I do want to kind of get to our delivery location a little quickly, but we don't want to cause ourselves too much trouble by going overly fast. Breaky bounce location here, we will avoid that. No big deal. Let's go 1 more planet, see what we run into. Oh, the breaky bounce. There we go. And we have no power, so we'll take the damage. A door and a draw pod. Not too terrible. Merlin, are you having problems? Yes. Merlin, which is, by the way, Merlin is the cat. I guess I realized I had not officially introduced him in the Space Food Truck videos. I talked about him briefly in the Renowned Explorer videos in the channel, but not on these. Merlin is one of our 2 cats. He is extremely needy at the moment because we left him for 4 days to go to San Diego to visit family. And so even though usually he's a little bit aloof toward me, he likes my wife a lot better, he has refused to leave my lap anytime I'm sitting down. For the past 3 days we've been home. We got back 3 days ago. And he is struggling to find a position he likes because I need the keyboard to be available so I can actually do this. And he's not thrilled at that, but he's trying. He's trying to do his best to settle in and not disturb me from doing what I'm doing. But he is having trouble, aren't you? Aren't you, Yash? So right now he is resting his head on my arm that's on the keyboard as a pillow. And I guess that's making him happy? I don't know. He still looks a little upset about it. We'll play an overdrive just to fill our FTL again, but we're not going to go anywhere. And we may not be moving for a while, in fact, because all of our movement cards were in that hand right there. Hopefully we get a, yeah, Call of Duty. There we go. That's exactly what I was going to say. Hopefully we get a Call of Duty and we can just draw one out of our discard. Our pilot's hand is very light. Ooh, that's not good. I don't think our shields are supposed to spark like that. Discard 4 power to reboot, or the shields are completely emptied, and we will discard 4 power to reboot. But I'm not going to discard the silk. Sorry, when I had to mute for a second. I had a sneeze there. I'm not going to discard the silk to dodge it, even though that seems like it might be the best thing to do. I want to cook something this turn if I can. So I'd rather discard the truffle and the mammon eggs. But on the same token, I'm about to reshuffle my deck. I have 24 cards in the discard and only 2 in the draw pile. But I can't really draw this turn. I could grab something to draw with my free sample. Just thinking here. The problem is that if I discard the white truffle and the mammon eggs, and I draw a cook in the next 2 cards, then that's great. I have the cards I want to cook in the discard, and I have a cook card, and I'll have the power with the refined silk to do it. But if there is not a cook in the next 2 cards, then the mammon eggs and the white truffle will reshuffle. In that case, it would be better to leave them in my hand and discard the silk, because maybe there's a chance I can draw a cook. There's a better chance I'll draw a cook in my next couple turns, and then the white truffle and the mammon eggs will still be in the discard because they won't have been reshuffled when I drew. If I can draw, and I don't know. I don't know if I can draw. So that makes it hard. I do have 1 cook in the discard and 1 discard dive, but I lost a cook to pirates earlier. So that may be it. That may be all I have is that 1 cook card. All right, I'm going to discard the silk. Assuming that there is not a cook card in these next 2 cards, I'm going to try, if I can, to draw at least 3 cards to reshuffle this, and then these 2 cards will go into the discard, the new discard, for the next couple turns. It'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Dodge that. And I will use a diploma bot first of all. That's very important. Let's get rid of this crisis. The scientist and the engineer man the frost zappers in the bridge, clearing the windshield just in time for us to avoid the looming asteroid in our path. The ship takes no damage, and the engineer gains +1 nausea from our evasive maneuver. And we'll free sample. And I'm looking for something to draw with. There's a Claw of Duty. I hate to grab a Claw of Duty from someone like the engineer because it's so valuable for them, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. Yep, gonna do it. And we are going to... Oh, but in this case, I could have just Claw of Duty I could have Claw of Duty a cook card. That's... Yeah, that would have been the best way to do it. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do that. So, instead, I'm going to Claw of Duty a Power Glove. Because again, my plan is to draw 3 cards. I'm going to hope there's something in these 2 cards that will let me draw 1. Uno Mas Remote will do it. There we go. So now I can draw 1 here for the chef. And you can see I reshuffled my discard, but these are not in it. So these will go into my new discard, and I'm almost certainly going to be able to get a cook at some point in the next couple turns. So I'm not going to taste test because I don't want to risk drawing one of those cooks. I want those. And instead, we'll just flambe something from someone else's hand. How about a leftovers from the engineer? That seems reasonable. And there's his Iconium. Look at that, a 9 power Iconium. But nothing he can do with it right now, but that's okay. All right. And we will get another Diploma Bot, sure. So there goes my Mammon Eggs and my Truffle into the discard. That's very nice. Hopefully I can draw a cook. Ah, discard dive, that'll work. Very nice, just need the power to do it now. We'll work on that next time. Zanus the Conqueror has caught his eye on this planet and we're caught in the crossfire. We take 1 damage now, and again every 4 turns until we leave. Which we'll be able to leave next time because the captain has her Claw of Duty. We could research. We're not going to be able to do a lot of research. Actually, you know what? Let's just Gamma Toast these leftovers. I don't think we're going to be able to research much anyway, and I don't really care about researching right now. We'll go ahead and check, but I mean, yeah, again, I could get something for the captain, but I really don't want any of these things. So, yeah, don't want any of those things. So we'll just go to the next phase and let that leftovers die and replace it with another leftovers. All right. All hands on deck. A lot of blinking red lights and buzzards. Buzzers, not buzzards. Buzzards do different things. They eat corpses and carcasses. Buzzers have kindly reminded us that our engines are running dangerously hot. Everyone has 12 turns to reach the workshop for emergency cooling. All right, kind of a low ability turn for our engineer, but great power. Look at that. All right. We'll buy a hall pass. Sure, at least it has the power on it. Wrench and duct tape, very nice for next time. Another draw pod busted. Okay, we will want to fix that fairly soon. Let's X-ray Burnalize. And we'll get rid of that Vexel. That's an easy choice. And we'll X-ray Burnalize again. And we don't really care about any of that. Okay, we'll keep all that. And we will Claw of Duty. Might as well Claw of Duty and Overdrive if you have the choice. I mean, it's not helpful. We have full FTL anyway, but hey. We'll play an Aegis battery just to get us back up to full shields. And then we'll go, you know what? Let's just go 1 planet. This actually brings us a range of getting to the 3rd delivery site whenever we want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have 6 FTL. So we can just take our time, go 1 planet at a time until we get our recipe done, and then zoom there as soon as we are ready. It's back, that's fine. Well, you know what? Let's discard the power, sure. Just to not have that guy in the hallway. Not that we ever have gone into the hallway. Have we ever entered the hallway on this run? I don't think we have. I don't think we've had a single person ever go into the hallway. Oh well. It does make it easy to not care about doors being broken, which is nice. Yeah, if doors broken, just doesn't bother me at all. Okay, let's see if we can cook something this turn. That would be very nice. Another Zanus the Conqueror. Hello, Zanus. 1 damage now, and again every 4 turns until we leave. We do have a Diploma Bot, and we should probably use that to fulfill this all-hands crisis, but I'm going to wait for a second. I'm going to wait just for a second. Let's see what happens. Let's X-ray Burnalize. Dark Turnip, Power Glove, Cook, and an Exchange-a-tron. That looks great to me. So yeah, we're going to destroy nothing. I do want that turnip, and I will get another Power Glove, which will let me draw these 2, so that's cool. I could destroy the Exchange-a-tron. There is a, there's definitely an argument to be made for that, but it is worth 2 power, so we'll just destroy nothing. We'll draw 2 cards. And we'll draw 2 more cards. And we are at 6, so we can afford to draw 2 more cards without overloading our hand. Oh, Claw, alright. That would be great. We did get Refined Silk worth 4 power, which is awesome. Let's see if we have anything in our discard that's worth a lot of power that I'd like to have. How about just a Diploma Bot? It's worth 2 power. Okay, and let's discard dive. Might as well discard dive. Nope, might as well cook because we have a turnip in our hand. So here we go. Cook. We're gonna put in the refined silk. We're gonna put in the exchangetron and one of the diploma bots. That's probably more power than we need, but I don't want to risk having too little. And we will cook the dark turnip, the great white truffle, and the mammon eggs. No secret sauce, though. That's the last ingredient we need to cook. Must be in our draw. And we'll use this diploma bot on our all-hands crisis. It takes a lot of coolant, ice packs, and fanning, but we finally get the engines back down to a safe temperature. No damage today. Now let's crank up the heat. I can't feel my fingers. All right. Nice turn for the chef. We're just missing one more ingredient to cook. Be great to draw a claw of duty and the ingredient. There's a regular claw. That might do it, actually, because we can claw out a claw of duty. A sugar mite nest has been growing in the kitchen walls, and their violent uprising has begun. The engineering scientists have 12 turns to get there and resolve this crisis, or the ship takes 2 damage. We can research some more. I don't really care at this point, honestly. We can break through, but why bother? I mean, there we go. I made the mutating slightly cheaper. Not cheap enough to afford anything, and I don't want to buy anything for the captain, so we'll just go to the next phase. And buy a dark turnip, sure. The chef already has the dark turnip he needs, so I'm not too worried. And Mimicube, cool. We got the Mimicubes very late in this game. Oh well. I usually really like those cards. I use them a lot, but we didn't have them for most of it. We'll go ahead and repair as much as we can here. That's actually quite a bit to repair. But we will get it all with the duct tape. With the duct tape added in. Another draw station and a door. Awesome. Okay, fully repaired. And we'll take an onion. Why not? Hello, Callie. So here is the other kitty, Calypso. Hi. Calypso is generally much more aloof than Merlin, but that is not because she is less social. She is, in fact, more social than he is. In spurts. She tends to go and sleep for hours at a time, and then she'll show up and be like, okay, give me 15 minutes of really, really frantic attention, and then we go sleep again. And we get along quite well that way, don't we? Yes, we're already purring. Oh, dear. Callie is the sort of cat that will be sitting in a room by herself, and you'll walk in and say hello to her, and she'll just start purring, and you'll hear her from across the room. She's just that happy to have people, aren't you? Yes. We also shed explosively. That's our other big trick. So I do have 2 Unamas remotes here, and I am tempted to give them both to the chef. But let's ask around first, and just see what's coming on these planets we have to go through. Mammon eggs, okay, and skunked. And Callie hit a button with her nose, which canceled out before I could use the last ask around. Didn't you? Yes, you're very proud of yourself. Oh well. We know that our movement cards are all in our discards, so let's go ahead and Power Glove and just try to get through our deck. X-Ray Burnalize, sure. Get rid of the Gamma Toaster. We don't need that anymore. There is a Claw of Duty coming up, so I'll just grab that next turn. That'll be fine, and we'll use that for our engage. Let's draw some cards on the chef. This is just going to help ensure that he can cook that last ingredient this turn. We don't have to worry about it anymore. And let's go somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and go through as many locations as I think I can afford to. And we're just going to go to Skunked. Because, hopefully, next turn we can grab an Overdrive with that Claw of Duty that's coming up. Don't want to the Mammon Eggs. We're good on those. There's Skunked. If we can dodge this, that's fine, and we can. We'll just dodge it. Refill our Zapmart a little bit. Doesn't matter with what at this point. It really doesn't matter, because we're going to finish our recipe this turn. Theoretically. If I calculated it right. I think I did. Okay, door busted, no big deal. And here we go. So we're gonna claw. With the claw, we'll grab a Claw of Duty. And with the Claw of Duty, we will grab theoretically a cook, but there was not a cook in our inventory? On our discard, really? Oh, no, there it is. Okay, I was gonna say, I know it was in here. All right, there we go. And then we will cook, and let's cook with the Aegis battery, I guess. Our shields are full, so we might as well. And we'll cook our secret sauce. And there is our final recipe done. Awesome. I guess we could free sample, sure. Pull something out of someone's hand. I don't know what. Doesn't really matter, does it? Let's not do that. No point. We'll just exchange a Tron. Maybe we'll get a diploma bot. There we go. Look at that. Diploma bot to the rescue to solve this last crisis we have. The Sugar Mite uprising has been stamped out literally, preventing any damage to the ship. The engineer and the scientist may want to look into some new boots. Alright. Theoretically, that was unnecessary, because we could just go to our last delivery stop next turn, but there's always the chance we run into some horrible event on the way that stops us from completing it, so it might as well be somewhat thorough. Another crisis. Whipping up a batch of dragon sweat hot sauce, the chef makes a horrible miscalculation. The extra pinch of space dragon pepper has overheated the mixture, which could burn right through the ship if we can't neutralize it. 12 turns to take care of that. Do I have a diploma bot in anyone's hand, just out of curiosity? No. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about it then. We have plenty of time to take care of that, and we'll probably just try to get to our third destination before that goes off. Oh, space junk. Some junk slams into our hull, busted our life support, 1 HP every 4 turns, straight to our HP if we don't fix that. But we're going to, because we do have a repair card. Life support, shields, and 2 doors. Very nice. Once again, poor lonely duct tape is not needed. And get a dark turnip. Sure, why not? Alright, Vexel to end the game off. And we have an overdrive. We also have an engage. So let's, you know what, let's just engage with power. Might as well. Maybe we'll need the overdrive if we run into a skunked. And you never know. So, safer to do it this way. Edge my bets, right? Let's punch it. Let's see what we run into. A sure thing. Tells us about an ingredient. We don't care. Yep, more Borgia beetles. Okay, we've been done with them for a long time. Technically stealing, get some more shields. Cool. And here we are. Our Excelsior is a hit on Piglat. The locals were wolfing it down like it was the last meal they'd ever eat. Then, the Baccalaurean invaders arrived, and for a lot of them, it was the last meal they'd ever eat. Xanus the Conqueror is demanding that we feed his troops, when suddenly our weird blue fanboy shows up. He nervously offers the warlord a bite of his Zirconian sushi taco, which we didn't even make this run, but that's okay. And there is our win. Xanus Conquistador. So this is food. I'm openly weeping as I type this. I've struggled my entire life with an emptiness that compelled me to endlessly invade defenseless planets, in the hopes that my next conquest might fill the gaping hole in my heart. But now that I've had dinner at Galaxy Gourmet, I just don't feel that need anymore. It's been replaced by radiant joy, and a desire to hug every man, woman, and larva in the galaxy. I ordered the Zirconian sushi tacos with the pink yum sauce. Actually, you didn't do that. The weird blue guy ordered it and then gave it to you. Probably because you were threatening his life, I'm going to guess. But regardless, you know, small details. There we are. There is our win on Thai Hot. Very, very nice. And really, that didn't feel like much of a struggle at all, did it? Awesome. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that. This is about perfect. 33 minutes into the episode, not bad. And hopefully you really enjoyed this last run. It was a very good one. Besides that one time where we got our shields drained and they got hit by an asteroid, that was the only damage we took in the entire run. Not too shabby. If you enjoyed this video, please put a like on it. Really appreciate it. It really helps out. If you want to see more content like this, we may go to Dragon Sweat. You never know. Feel free to subscribe so that you know if that happens, and it will be sent straight to your inbox if you have that option enabled. Other than that, thank you once again very much for watching. Really appreciate it. This game is amazing, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I will see you next time.